Hey guys, welcome to another one of our videos. I'm Worm, this is the Pro. Today we're going to be reviewing another Nova tank, which is the dual core from Totally Wicked, which is actually called the K1
DC RCS.
There you go, one of them.
Which is, I'm guessing, dual core replacement core system, K1. No
idea.
idea.
There we go.
Oh, I'm looking at the screen just right in front of me. You're not going to. Oh,
you didn't want that?
No. I wanted this actually, to be honest. It comes in this, like, as we all know, foam padded sleeve thing. 2 coils, 1 install. So basically, it's just like a Nova STV from Totally Wicked, which is the same price, but it's dual coil and it's slightly bigger.
This is your standard Nova core head. This is the dual coil.
Steroid head!
You can see it. You want to zoom quickly?
Yes.
We'll show them this clearly.
What focus you've got, or manual focus.
Get this up right close. There we go.
Standard. Show them down, like down. It doesn't look too big on camera, too different on camera, but trust me, they are huge.
Head off. As you can see, one core down there. Sorry, guys. Oh, I'm getting killed here.
Yeah, oh, you're killing me, mate.
There's a bit of silica gone. And also you can see that's 2 cores in there.
It's very large. You're going to show them the tank? We did, guys. I do want to. No, we'll point this out afterwards because you can't actually see our faces. Show them the tank real quick, mate.
Quickly, obviously you got your little
devil.
There
it is. There's a devil.
On the other side, you've got your up to 2.8 mil of juice.
Markings. It does say it holds 3 mil, I think.
It's actually 2.8. So
2.8 is what it says in the tank.
Do you want to focus?
I am doing it right now.
There you go.
Should point out straight away, guys. Hold it up. It comes with this cone installed. You can't do anything about it. We've just done a review on the SmokTech VV Nova Mini, which is actually 3.5 mil and 2.5 mils you can choose. And these are very, very similar. We think the changes. I think this might be a SmokTech one that they've labelled as Totally Wicked because the new top on this is the same as it was on the other one. The base is very close. The bodies are actually both slightly bigger than the standard VV Nova, but they're the same size. So I think this may be one of them. I think the skirt on the bottom is stupid.
Yeah, you can't do anything about it, like you said.
You can't replace the bottoms of any Nova with this, even though it's made by, we think, the same people.
If you are using like your own personal like mod or
your Vamo or Vamo, or using your mechanical, anything that isn't based in Ego battery with an Ego threading, you're going to need the adapter. There's nothing you can do about it. It's not 510, is it, in the middle?
No, it is Ego threaded.
So it's not like your V3s that are both. This is just Ego threaded with a nasty looking little prong that sticks onto your posi.
I did have a bit of issues with this, I'm not going to lie.
This is a second roll in this video, which is why you weren't being shown filling it and stuff. We had some technical issues.
Which was mainly my fault, but I did this finger tight like you do the other Novas, and this one you need to properly tighten it. So
I mean, we don't even recommend over tightening. Don't get pliers and stuff involved. Make sure it's tight. The best.
See that 1.4
ohm. These are 1.5 ohm dual core, 1.4 to 1.5. So that's bang on what they say it is. Make sure. I'd suggest the best, easiest thing to do is make sure that you test your device for filling it and your ohms, and that way you're going to make sure that is connected properly.
We obviously have to use this now a little bit.
Can't you?
Yeah, I can take it.
If we take it top, we'll show you down the Nova once the 80 head's installed. I think it is relevant to have a look. Oh, it's actually it autofocused itself then for a second. I'll have to do it anyway. Ooh. There we go.
There you go. You can see how tight. There you go. You can see how tight that is.
That is very, very tight. We said in the previous video that we've just buoyed off basically that it's almost comparable to a V3. It's that tight in that neck. If you haven't got a very, very fine or narrow bottle top for it, then you may struggle to get your liquid in there without spilling some.
I would like to say, guys, this isn't overly primed. This has only been literally used 2-3 minutes. 2
puffs each, to be honest with you. But we've got the 510 to Ego adapter in now.
So it's on my Vamo.
All firing on the Vamo.
We're running this at the moment about 4.4 volts because obviously it's dual core. You need to run it a little bit higher than general. But yeah, we're just going to give this a go and see what goes on. I mean, there's a very tight draw, and I'm not really getting much vapour off that. It's more hitting my throat quite harsh, actually. It just seems to tickle my tonsil, as it were. That's why I was coughing at the beginning of the video, so I'm sorry about that again.
Yeah, it is. I mean, we've just done the SmokTech Nova.
Get this on the.
We've just done the SmokTech Nova. We can get on the spinner to show what it looks like. We've just done SmokTech Nova.
I'm just for the pool. We might be a little bit area.
I'll go through. Oh, you're going to have to undo that 510 because you've done it too tight. But the we've had it again, fourth time now. We've just done the SmokTech Nova, and the draw on that was nice and loose, which I used to love the Nova pull, but after moving on to the RBAs, DDAs, and that kind of stuff, it does feel very tight when you go backwards. The Nova that we've just done a review on felt quite nice and sort of slightly tighter, but nicely tighter to use. This is just, it does feel like a tight draw. If you're using V3s, Iniconai clears, 30s or 16s, if you're using little nanos or Bocatos, the draw is going to be about right for you.
It's a bit looser.
Okay.
It's a bit looser on your standard Ego threaded batteries. Obviously, it just seems to be. Maybe
it does blend nicely with these, but
it may be to do with my plinth more than anything.
To be honest with you, I would much prefer a 510 connection. It's just how I would. I mean, that, yes, it looks nice, but I have my own plinths, totally wicked. I don't need your plinths. I'm fully capable of buying a plinth. Now, some people say, oh, it's saving you money, so you don't need to buy a plinth. In my opinion, it's making you use it on certain devices. I know you can buy adapters, but it's almost like they're tailoring this to fit Ego batteries and stuff. And the way they've kind of branded this, it's series of Novas, but on steroids. And which the 80 head definitely is. That thing's been in the gym big and proper. But
I want to say just on the draw on that, because obviously we've now got it on the Ego. The draw on that is actually quite nice on the standard Ego, but on the with the adapter in your mod, it was tighter than a V3, like quite a lot tighter. I mean, I had to seriously like to get that the air flowing through that to actually get the vapor into my mouth. I mean, it wasn't nice at all.
Guys, I'm not actually vaping this a minute, but
can you hear that? We don't know.
I don't know if you can hear that whistle, but my dear God, if I have to put up with that for the entire of this video, I think I'm going to jump out the window. Honestly, I hate devices that whistle. It's got what looks like a 1mm hole either side drilled into sort of the base Ego thing. It's okay. The draw's alright, it's just that whistle.
It is whistling every time now. I couldn't hear it, but I didn't actually notice it. So
flavour of it isn't bad. I don't want to put up, we're using the same juice in this. This is an RSST Genesis on stainless steel mesh, and obviously this is better. It's going to be.
It isn't bad flavour. It's definitely.
It's not. Yeah. It's not a bad flavour. The flavour's there. The vapour's there. The vapour is not bad off it.
Compared to a standard Nova.
Which one?
The standard. The old
standard Nova, about the same. But this hasn't been bedded in. 2 cores may take a little bit longer to bed in. By the time we get to the end of this video, it will be bedded in enough for us to tell. We use Novas, old school Novas, a lot. You know, if you're a regular viewer of our videos, which I know a few of you are. Hello guys, the regular viewers, Dan, Steve, Angel, hello sweetheart, Robbie,
can't help himself.
Mind Rover, and of course the one and only Head Dog, my American friend who I've offended a couple of times, maybe a little bit.
There's also Adam as well.
There is Adam as well. Sorry, Adam, I keep forgetting you guys.
It's alright, he's new.
He's new, so I'm forgiven. But yeah, there's all my regular guys. I can't actually remember where I was going. I got distracted. We're getting too many names, guys. So we have to do like a little. What's that at the end of the film? You know, it comes down where names from.
Credits.
Credits. And what was I saying?
I could have left him hanging there a bit longer, couldn't I, guys? I'm sorry. We could have seen him sweat a little bit more again, like stare.
Dick. Yeah, no, the draw. Oh, compared to the old Nova, I was saying about the cores.
Should we just go for our
video? I think we should flag maybe a little bit longer, training couple minutes in. But yeah, no, let's do the 5 core and we'll talk about our things afterwards. Actually, no, we'll go for some of the basics. Sorry, guys. We've been, honestly, what a fucking wrong-uns we are. Right, let's say K1 DC RCS, so whatever it's K1 dual core replacement core system. $14.99 with 380 heads, no variant on 80 heads. So you've got no
1.5
to
1.5.
2.5 ohm. It's all 1.5 ohm dual cores. That's not a bad thing, I don't think. But you are, obviously, guys, if you're using your spinners, notice you are going to notice a big increase in power sat from them batteries. It is going to, I don't want to say half, but not far off half your battery life.
Bear in mind, I don't have a charger for this no more, so
well, it could be dead by the end of the video. But if you are using your spinners and stuff on 2.4 ohm Novas and stuff like that, or your V3s or your C5s, then this is going to cane your battery more. It just is. That's how they work. Same as running a dual core Kato. They do kill your battery because in theory, half the ohmage or put it to 1.5 ohms. You think, oh, I can probably run out on 3.7 all day long. You can. It's not really
a dry hit, guys. It's only about halfway down the tank. I had to just roll that, yeah.
So take that as you will. You're going to lose battery life, so it may cost you in the long run. But like I say, free spare 80 heads. You get the Nova itself, or whatever, K1 itself, and you also get the drip tip included as well, black drip tip, which you used to get with most of your Novas now. Totally Wicked -liquid.co.uk for it, obviously. You get it in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 colours. Okay.
The same standard Totally Wicked colours.
Pretty much. You've got black and grey. You've got a pink, which I think would suit down to the ground. You've got a purple, which is this one here, which is not bad looking as much. It's quite a dark purple. So if you've got a black battery, it actually looks quite nice.
It does look quite nice.
You've got yellow, green, blue, clear, and sort of grey and black. I don't know if I said that. Might have. So it is what it is. Same thing with Totally Wicked, 28-day warranty, all that kind of stuff. You know all this stuff, guys. Don't need to reiterate that for you. That is the basics, nitty-gritty information stuff out of the way. We are that's gone. We'll put I can't remember what we're going. I have no idea what I was about to say. Honestly, we are piss poor today. Or I say we, me. Piss poor today. But yeah. You come to expect this from me, and I wouldn't want to disappoint. I think we will get into our 5-point thing, and then we'll have a little flap. So I imagine our flap about this is going to be a bit longer than most.
Looks.
And by the way, we're remembering our 5-point thing, so we're getting professional.
Yes, kind of. Looks. I mean, if you cut out that bottom, it's a standard Nova. Once you put that in,
it's a standard Nova with your own plinth.
I don't like it with its own plinth.
I don't.
I don't want to be made to have a plinth. I feel like I've been racist.
You've been racist?
No, they've been racist towards me.
Okay.
And all other customers.
Guys, now some of you may not get why he's just said racist. I just want to point out that log on to YouTube, which you already are, hello, and look up someone called Doc Brown, and he's got a racist rap, and you'll understand why that's been described as racist. It's not in terms of it's racist, but you will get what I mean.
It's just a technical term for it being
a technical term.
It is a technical term.
Was racist a technical term?
For this, for what I mean it as on this, it just means I don't feel that I should be made to be having a plinth when maybe I don't want a plinth. Especially since I'm using basically mods now exclusively. With this, I've now got to use an adapter in there, and with the adapter, it cuts off the jaw, and I'm basically having to suck through, like it feels like I think a straw or a pipe or a hose that someone's standing on in the middle, and you're just like, you're not getting nothing.
How often do you suck on hoses?
Well,
it's been siphoning tanks. I do want to point out briefly, Totally Wicked, it's been a while since we used them properly. If you go on a Totally Wicked, they sell what I would class as predominantly entry-level vaping gear. Okay, I know they've got the DD8, and I still love that DD8. I know they've now added another Genesis style Nova style tank thing, which haven't actually seen a review on that particular one, but we've seen reviews on ones that are exactly the same product, and yeah, take that as you will. But this aimed towards more people that are sort of novice vapors. The only mods they sell aren't very good.
No, it's the e-cig.
I've just said it again. I want to take it back. No, they do sell the e-cig head, don't they? But
yes.
The e-cig's not bad. It's probably the best one they've got. But the other ones they've got aren't particularly great from what I've seen.
They got to 5 volts, and then
they're not really made for people that are modding, wrapping coils and stuff. It's more a case of they expect you when you're shopping there, you are going to be having this kind of thing. So for that, yes, okay, fair enough. They're kind of trying to hit their own target audience, but then it feels to me they're slightly excluding
every other shop.
Yeah, why not? Why not give me my 510? I mean, I suppose the advantage is if you've got 808s and stuff, the ego threading's the same.
Yes.
So you can use this on all of those. Maybe they're going to be introducing
808s.
808s. We don't know. But looks for me, with the plinth, ignore the fact that you have to have that. Looks is annoying. It's not a bad looking thing at all. It does. It looks fairly good, but I want to have the option. All right.
If that was just screw off, that would be fine. Give me a 510 in there. You can screw that off. Done. You can have it on there. Give it a little bit of an extra plinth for free. Thank you very much. Then I'll be thanking you. But the fact that I can't.
I'm trying to loosen this off to get rid of the whistle. I can't get rid of that whistle. I don't know if you. It's not that bad now. It's always that way. But yeah, that's where we are. So I think it's a good looking device. I'm just going to leave that there.
It's just annoying with the plinth.
Maintenance, no usability.
Usability. It's the same as any other Nova. You fill it up, replace the top. It's not going to be hard. You can take it all apart. You can clean every part of it. Just run water through it, dry it out properly. You're good to go again. So as part of any other Nova, yeah, it's the same. It's like a 9.5 for usability. It's not hard at all.
My usability is different. I think usability is less than a standard Nova because you've got less space to fill it. And also, if you're using a mod, you then have to have adapters and tinker around with adapters. So usability for me, it's like a 7. It's not as easy as a normal Nova. It's not. I like. Now, having said that, do you want to change what you're saying?
No, normal Nova is a 10. That's a 9.5.
I don't think it is. Maybe I'm being a bit biased. Maybe it should be an 8 because it isn't that difficult to fill. But it's just, yeah, we'll leave it at that.
I mean, if you're using it on this kind of battery, it is a 9. If you're using it on a mod and it does kind of wank out a little bit, yeah, it's an 8. But I think if most people do use these kind of batteries as standard, not everybody uses like the higher like Vamos and the Profaris that we've got.
Even the guys who have mods may well tend to take these out with them. On a night out drinking, this would probably be perfect. But this is for us, and a lot of the people that we have watching these videos are similar to us. You want something that's not going to have to piss about with. Do you know what I mean? Like I said, did we mention we got this from Dan?
Yes, at the beginning.
And it's got Dan's juice in it. I
don't know.
No.
No, we didn't.
No, not on this one. Sorry, guys. We did get this free. All right. It's online. All right. It's not ours. Basically, our subscriber Dan, who was kind enough to send us down them juices, and we did a review on them. He bought this, knew that we was going to buy one, and said, "Don't worry about that. I'll send you it. Do your review, and if you decide you want one, then you can buy one. If not, you haven't had to spend the money on it for the sake of it sitting in a drawer." And we thought, well, that's brilliant. So Dan was kind enough to send that down all the way from Devonshire to us for the purposes of this review. So, but trust me, this is not going to change what we say about this device. Simple as that. I can't remember what we were going to say. We was on maintenance
now. Maintenance. I can't see it being hard to maintain. I mean, rewicking it, if you are going to rewick it, is going to be a lot harder because it's dual coil.
Do you think?
I think it will be.
Sorry, I'll have a look at this once you have it.
I think it's going to be harder because it is dual coil. And from I mean, if you haven't, bear in mind, you've got to get this down into the little well there and get those wires in the right place and all kinds of stuff. Make sure the negative ain't touching the positive. And also, you've got 2 wires, both negative, 2 wires, both positive, to fiddle around with in there. It may be a little bit more of a challenge, but not undoable by any stretch of the word. So just on that sort of side, I mean, if you're just using it as a replacement coil system, same as any other Nova, it's 9.5 for maintenance, because it is just literally wash it out, change the head, done job. Stick the head in vodka if you're going to do that every week, blah 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 blah, done job. If you are going to recoil it, it is going to be a little bit more fiddly. But then if you're recoiling, you've probably got loads of tools at hand ready for recoiling, and you're going to be, it's only going to be about an 8, I reckon. I mean, we haven't recorded this ourselves yet. We said to Dan we might rewick one for him and see how he goes with that. We'll send it back up to him and let him crack on with that. So yeah, I reckon about an 8 for recoiling. If you are going to be just replacing the heads, 9.5, 10. It's not going to be hard at all.
I'm disagreeing slightly. Maintenance is pretty much the same, like when I just said it's normal Nova. You take it apart, you wash it out, put your eggs in vodka, all that kind of stuff. If you're going to rewick it, this is where my opinion is differently. I don't think that's going to be hard, because have a look. Basically, I will show you in a second, guys. But basically, what you've got in there is 2 separate slots to hold your 2 separate wicks. Your 2 coils are wrapped, and then the wires are grouped together. All you need to do is make your negatives longer and your positives shorter, and then it'd be easier to keep those wires together. They're actually twisted together. If you look at the negative coming off the body there, they're actually twisted together. So wrapping 2 coils, putting it in, but apart from that, you have 4 wires at the bottom, 2 longer than the other, 2 negative, 2 positive. I don't think it's going to be hard.
I don't think it's going to be hard, I just think it's going to be fiddly.
I don't think it's going to be, to be honest with you, I'm not a big fan of rewicking overheads. I don't mind doing it, but I find it a little bit more fiddly than I want to be because it's very small. That is actually bigger. Can you focus for me, mate?
I can.
You can see it. That is actually, that's actually quite big in there, and then wires just come off them coils and bunch together. So I honestly think I would have an easier time with this. So maintenance for me, if I'm rewicking to 9, I don't think it's going to be difficult. The problem I'm going to have is that I'm probably just going to run like 2 or 4 wrap coils in there with camphor and run it at like 0.5 ohms and stick it on a mod, and then I'll probably burn myself to death. So, well, that may be difficult, but I don't think that's going to be too difficult to rewick actually. It's just standing overhead with a big
still think it's going to be a little bit fiddly.
But the normal overheads are a little bit fiddly.
Yeah, they are. So.
I don't know if necessarily going to be any harder. It's just you've got to wrap twice the amount of coils. Once you've done that and put them in, it's exactly the same process.
Yeah, probably.
Rubber sleeve over, job
I'm
done.
still going to stick with 8, but if you want to go 9.
Yeah, I'm definitely going 9.
There you go. Flavour and vapor. The flavour is there. It's just the same as another Nova. To be honest, the dual cores don't really give it anything more. The flavour is the same. I mean, if you watch our review on the SmokTech new Nova, the Mini Nova Giant.
The Giant Mini Nova.
It's that's much better. Not getting any more flavour of this than standard Nova. I would probably go with a STV Nova over this, to be honest, because it's got that 510 connection mainly. And vapor production still, it's slightly thicker. I will give it that. It's slightly thicker, but it's no more. It just feels thicker, but that's probably because you've got 2 cores. So
yeah, flavour. I say it's very, very fractionally better than a standard Nova STV, but if we're talking very fractionally. Vapor, as well just said, it's not as warm because you're at a slightly further away, but it's still very warm. And I imagine if you're rate vaping that, it's going to be incredibly hot with 2 coils. But flavour for me, 7 or an 8, because as I say, the standard Nova has dropped a bit. Vapor, 8. It's not a bad vape at all. It's not. It's not a horrible vape. It really isn't. But I kind of
it's just that 510 connection.
I mean, I think that's a niggly thing, but I kind of expected more anyway. Overall, price is the same as an STV Nova. We don't put it out and you get free hat your head.
From Totally Wicked.
From Totally Wicked.
STVs from other sites are
about 4 or 5 quid cheaper, yeah.
So for 15 quid, overall, 6. Bearing in mind that standard Nova now is like 7, 7.5. This is a 6, just because it's dual core, and it should be doing so much better than that it is. I mean, Smok, get your hands on one of these and sort it out.
I think this is made by Smok. I think this is made by SmokTech.
Well, we don't know that for sure. So, but yeah, I'm really disappointed with it. I mean, Dan always said to us that he was quite disappointed with it. It wasn't performing how he was hoping it to. I'm thoroughly disappointed with it, especially after coming off that Mega Mini Nova or Giant Mini Nova. It's not performing anywhere near that. So 6 overall. I can't give you better than that, guys, but that's just an honest opinion.
My overall, I think we're going to a couple of things before I do this. One, price, same as normal STV. I just want to confirm that, and you get the same amount of 8 heads and everything else. My niggles, my main niggles anyway, I think that I will have, and obviously everyone else who buys this will have. If you're using an ego battery, no problem at all. If you're not, then you have got issues with that cone. It's a pain in the bum. Personally, I like the option, okay? And I also like the fact that when we had our Novas on these batteries with our own cones, we could adjust the draw on them with our cone, which you can't do with this. All you can do is drill it out, and let's face it, you don't have to buy a fucking device and then drill it out. That's one of my niggles. Another one of my niggles is that 510. It's a big niggle. I know that cone's there, but even if you still had a 510, I'd get a Dremel on that and I'd take the skirt off. But the fact there is no 510 at all makes that impossible to do, so you have to use it like this, which is an even more annoying niggle if you ask me. For the lack of the 510. Honestly, it's, as a product, it's not bad. It's not bad. It's fractionally better than Nova STV performance-wise, but it's got all them drawbacks. And for me, that makes the Nova STV a better device. This is designed for people who just want to use it like that, and not really going to be moving on to anything else and kind of have the best vaping experience. And I'm sorry, yes, this may be 2-3% better than the standard Nova, but by no way, in their words, this dual coil DC replacement coil system RCS device, think of a Nova series atomizer on steroids. It's not on steroids. It ain't. It's had a chicken sandwich. All right, it's
or a bit of spinach.
Bit of spinach. It's not, yeah, it's no Popeye arms. It's not on steroids. It's fractionally better. But as a vapor who's just using this kind of stuff, you're happy with this kind of stuff, then this little bit of performance is going to be well outweighed by the fact you're going to be spilling juice when you're filling it up. The fact that I mean, I suppose it shouldn't really be an issue. There's no 510 if you're using this kind of device, but it is an issue for us. As a standard vapor using twists or spinners, you won't be unhappy if you buy this. All right,
no, you won't.
You won't be unhappy. I don't want to make it clear. You will not be unhappy if you buy this. But one niggly thing that I haven't taken into account, and I've just popped back in my head, is the battery sap. Okay, that cut a few percentage more. This battery is going to drain a lot quicker. So a standard spinner, 1300 mAh with an Nova, would last me all day up to the evening if I hadn't been rate vaping. My current rate pace.
Shall I be scared?
My current vape pace. My current vape pace. This on a normal Nova would do me 8 hours. On this, I'd imagine that's going to be closer to 5.
If not less.
If not less, because I am ramping this up to like 4.7, 4.8 volts, and you've got to bear in mind that there's less resistance to go through. So you think, oh, I can run my 2.8 on 4.7, it does me all day. Yes, you can, but that's not how batteries work. You've got 1.5 ohms of resistance versus 2.8 ohms. That gives you total wattage, okay? And wattage is what kills your batteries. So I can't bother to get the calculator out, guys. So off the top of my head, 4.8 volts on 1.5 ohm, 12 watts ish. All right, don't quote me on that. On a 2.4, 8 watts. Okay, so that might put it into context the amount of power that you're sapping to half again, maybe even more so. In which case you are definitely going to rate your batteries a lot quicker. So my overall is like 5, 6. If you're not going to be unhappy, but where my money from Totally Wicked, bearing in mind from the same site, it's an over STV all day long. It is. I think the STV sleeves look quite nice. I do like this. It's not I don't like this, but personally, if I'm running this setup, I prefer an STV. I would. All right. I probably prefer this if it was in clear with a new Smok clear drip tip. To be honest with you, I think that actually looked quite nice. And that's another thing I want to point out as well. That giant 3.5mm, exactly the same size as this. It has got a 510. It's got a spring-loaded centre pin, and it's a tenner. And it performs better than both this and the STV Nova. Okay, the flavour's better. Now we are going to do a follow-up on this. The STV Nova, we're basing our use over 2 months, not over 2 hours with that Nova. We are going to do a follow-up, so don't quote us this. Don't rush and buy one. All right. The STV Nova, I know you're safe with. That would be my recommendation as of now. Okay. In 2 weeks' time, when I've raped this other Nova a bit, I may be going, no, buy that, and so might you. But for now, we're still saying, with our money, we'd buy the STV Nova because we know you are safe with it. All right. This is not. We're not trying to go there. STVs are sold everywhere. All right, not just in Totally Wicked. They are quite expensive in Totally Wicked. Vaporscape, ECR 69 on Vaporscape, lovely. But that works out 10 on all. But it just doesn't meet the grade. It just doesn't. It's for what it is. For the drawbacks, it just doesn't stack up. It just does not deliver what it should for what you're having to pay in the long run for it. It just doesn't, does it?
No, it doesn't. No, I mean,
I don't really. I think the thing with this is it's
I
just
think it doesn't help
me
that we wanted it to be so much better than it was. We expected a Nova with dual coils would be banging. We've been saying this in the previous videos
and then they released
videos before. Dual coil Nova. Someone do it. Someone did it. They failed.
Yeah, it's not they failed. It does work and it works okay. But to be honest with you, I think me and you could adapt an STV Nova, make it dual core, and have it work better than this without a shadow of a doubt.
Definitely.
I really do. You never know. Maybe one day we'll do that and we'll send it to the guys at Totally Wicked and show them how it's done. But to be honest, that is the thing with this more than anything. It's not that it's bad. It's just annoying me. The fact that every time I take a puff, it's like there's a train coming because someone's blowing a fucking whistle somewhere. The fact that it's the same price as the STV. Now, yes, okay, it's the same price. People go dual coil, got a plinth, buy that. On paper, you should. In reality, I don't think you should. In reality, I think you should get the VV STV for now.
Buy yourself a plinth and you can adjust your air draw.
Yeah. Don't buy this. Go to Vaporscape. Get yourself a plinth, which they do in black, and a black STV.
Just watch out for that black clip though, it does peel off quite easily.
Yes, it does. Well, saying that, I think Brandon's probably sat there and scratched it off, any. But yeah, basically, for that price, you could have all of this stuff,
finish up,
and it'd be kind of good. I don't really know. I want to rant about it, but I just kind of like.
You keep going round and round.
I don't care if I go round and round and round.
I know you don't. But
I genuinely. One fuck is not given. All right. I think it is. It's one of those.
He's so disappointed with this.
I am. It's not that it's bad.
He's still got that little spot in his heart for the Nova, and he refuses to let it die. And this new giant mini Nova has re-sparked his love for the Nova.
Today, literally an hour ago, this has gone like bang! It got me straight in the face. But why? It feels. Do you know what it feels like? It feels like this.
Fucked with a flaming fist.
The fucked with a flaming fist. No, it doesn't feel like that. You're not being mugged off if you buy this. I don't want to say you are, but it feels like this is version 1. Okay, give me version 5 already. That's what I want. I don't want the CE1, the CE2, CE3, CE4. I want the CE5. All right. I want the one that's going to work well. And this at the minute has got niggles, air hole. Give me a proper 510. Either that, or at least have the fucking tank the same size so I can use the 510 I've got. You know, it is one of those ones. Not bad.
Overall,
not what I wanted.
It's going to work on your standard battery, but it's not as customizable because it doesn't work with any of your Nova stuff. You can't buy any replaceable tanks for it yet. Yeah.
As a new Vapor, you'd be happy with this.
Oh yeah, definitely.
You would be. But then I think if you used a normal Nova, you'd be basically as happy and go, wow, I don't have to run home at 1:30 in the afternoon to charge my battery.
Or carry 5 of them, wouldn't
carry 5 of them. The replacement cores are the same price as the STV as well, which from Totally Wicked is £8 for 3, which Totally Wicked is a bit expensive. They're more expensive than everyone else. It's like they've made a rival to the Nova, claimed it's much better than a Nova, and it's fractionally better, but you've got all these drawbacks. It's just, why bother? Totally Wicked. I think that's the main thing with this. Totally Wicked usually are very good with their products. Okay, you buy it and you kind of, we anyway have bought stuff from Totally Wicked. In the back of our minds, thought I'm not going to worry too much about what it's going to be like when it gets here because I'm assuming it's going to be pretty good. Totally Wicked stuff usually is.
They pretty much well test their stuff before they put it on their site.
With this, it's kind of it isn't bad, but what I can't see the gap for this to fill because it's not much better than a Nova. It's the same price. It's not as well made. It's uncustomizable. You can't use it on mods.
No replacements for it because obviously on Vapescape you can buy spare bases, spare A heads, and obviously spare tanks, both metal, STV, and clear. And there's also the fact that another drawback as well, you can't buy these heads from anywhere else. You can't buy them anywhere else. I mean, I don't know if there's some kind of, you know, like when you get licensing agreements. I don't know if maybe there's some kind of agreement where Totally Wicked have certain products they just want other sites won't sell. Don't get me wrong, it's vape gear. The vape gear, vapegear.co.uk is not what I was trying to say, but hello, Kirsty and Keith. Hi. But it's vaping apparatus, so it's only going to be a couple of weeks before some other company has made another one of these. And to be honest with you, it's probably going to be better unless they stick to the exactly same design and just make it cheaper. In which case, it's going to be worse. It's definitely not going to be worth buying. I feel a little bit let down by Totally Wicked, and I'm going to say this now. I've got a feeling that this is how people who buy that rebuildable Nova, new in their rebuildable section thing, are going to feel if they buy it. Personally, I haven't tried the other. Well, we haven't tried the other new stuff they've introduced, which is the bottom core stuff. We have been semi-tempted to because it does look. It does look banging.
It does look good. I mean, it is more of a style of a substance.
But what I would like to say again, it's also on Vapescape, the smaller one, cheaper.
And you can use a discount code. And Vapescape are always good to us anyway. So to bear that in mind, we have been tempted by it, but after this, I don't know if I want to bother with it. Because it's just like, well, you're adding all this new stuff, Totally Wicked, great. But the main selling point Totally Wicked had for me, because when you compare the stock to Liberty Flights, there's nowhere near as much. When you compare it to Vapescape, there's not as much, and it's much more expensive. They have quite a bit of liquid, but it's very expensive, and you can get cheaper liquid, and it's very good. The one selling point that Totally Wicked had for me, even when they introduced the DDA, was that whatever they sold was kind of slightly towards novice vapors, but it always worked quite well. There was occasional leaking issues, whatever else, but that one selling point kind of seems to have gone out the window. if they're going to crack into this market where shit doesn't work well, then just do it. Don't introduce shit slowly and pretend it's all good and gravy.
Just
and you're
making
making
stuff
it
and let us just choose what we want.
Let us choose what we want. Why not just load the site with all the stuff that every other site does and let us choose it? I know why, because it means they'd label it all totally wicked, everything would be the same, theirs would be a lot more expensive, and no one would shop there. It's just the one good thing I've always liked about Totally Wicked, apart from the fact that they are fairly helpful, is that their products always seemed genuine. I don't know if that's the right word. Do you know? You didn't feel like you was being done over when you spent it. You felt like they were there for the vapor as opposed to for the profit.
Great, they always worked to a standard where was acceptable. There was never a bad product, but there wasn't necessarily always a great product. They never had dodgy equipment going out. Like I bought a Nova 4, like an SDV Nova for one of my friends. He got it and the connection just doesn't work. It doesn't charge that atomizer at all, and the atomizer's fine. So there's something wrong with that plinth. Never had any kind of issue with that with Totally Wicked. They're testing everything before it goes out. I mean everything. But they must have had some new, I don't know, maybe work experience, kid testing this out, I don't know, on a zero nicotine strength solution, obviously, because they're underage. But kids smoke these days, let's not argue about this. And they obviously give this to some pleb, not us, obviously, a new pleb 3 we'll call him.
No, we're plum.
Alright.
We're plums.
We're plum 1, plum 2, and a pleb. And pleb has just overlooked a few things. And these minor things turn into big things, especially for us.
Yeah, I mean, we do want to point out this is mainly for us, as a sort of novice vaper or someone who's looking to upgrade from a V3. If you bought this or the SDV Nova, you're going to be happy either way. You are, but this is what is the point of it? What is the point? The dual cores don't seem to be doing much apart from sapping the battery. The flavour is slightly better than the Nova.
Yeah,
I'm not going to
deny it. Very slight.
The vapor, I mean, it's getting slightly better. It is slightly better, but it's not. Even still, it's been used now for a good half hour, and it's not as good as that Nova we've just got from SmokTech. From SmokTech. It's not as good as that Nova we've just received from SmokTech. So why, if they're made by the same company, which I think they are, why? What's the point? I don't get it.
I can't see.
There's
no wicked buying from them. I can see them buying maybe parts from them and then doing their own little thing on it. Maybe that's why they didn't work. Maybe something that they've done in their little.
I don't think design. I think they just.
Well, we don't know for sure.
No, we don't know, but it seems as if they've just made this.
It must be the same because they're putting these devils on everything. So
it's more of a gimmick to me, this, than it is practical. The use, the how good it is isn't much better than a standard.
I think it's like one of those mods that basically plays a tune every time you press a button. It's a gimmick.
It whistles at you every time you have a
yeah, it's one whistle at you. So.
But it's just
offside.
It is one of those things. I don't get it. I know we've said this several times, and as a novice vaper, you'll be happy with this. Don't take this review as a massive slander against it. It's a terrible product. It's not terrible. It isn't terrible, but
it's not what we wanted, and we're disappointed.
We are very disappointed.
Especially since we've got a single coil Nova over there,
which is out before.
Working better than this.
I mean, I'll get this out and I'll put it on your Vamo, and we'll have a little vape together. But it's just I don't see the point of it personally, guys. We'll let you make your mind up about this. We've just done a review about this bouncy centre prong.
So juices as well, I think.
No, this is strawberry menthol.
Oh.
But I mean,
they are mixed up both.
Looks wise, guys. Personally, have a little size up with you, mate. Yes, they are nice, but you can get these in that colour. So I mean, looks wise, they haven't improved on it. But I actually prefer this. To be honest with you, it's just,
and that's got that adjustable 510 centre pin that springs up and down. Beautiful. I know we've just reviewed this, but still.
Instantly, this is just better. It is. The flavour's better.
It's not whistling at you.
The vapour's definitely better, and this is a 2.4 ohm Nova from SmokTech that's cost a tenner. Well, we got it for free, but you know what I mean. It costs you a tenner, and it's got the adjustable 510 centre pin. It comes with 3/8 heads. It's basically same meat and different gravy, but this one works better. That one, not so much. This, I can go pick up this in the standard Nova and go, that's definitely outperforming at the minute. Like I say, we haven't used this for 2 months like we have with Novas, but I don't know, guys. This video's gone on a sad slump of depression and self-hate because I really wanted this to be good. And when Dan said to us, It doesn't seem to be performing that well. Dan is more of an, he's been vaping longer than us, but he's more of a novice vapor. He's kind of got what he had and he was stuck with it. Whereas we progress very quickly. We just tend to, this is just how we do things. So when we got it, we thought maybe we could tweak with it, maybe we could think with it. Maybe Dan just doesn't know what a normal nova is like because he's never tried a normal nova and his expectations were far too high having used the DDA. We wasn't entirely sure. Dan, not that we don't trust you, mate, we just wanted to see for ourselves. But it is at best as good as normal nova with some drawbacks. So.
I think that sums up the whole mod, or the whole clearomizer.
Not bad, not worth buying, to be honest with you. I would.
For that slight bit of extra flavour.
You're losing a lot.
Well, you're losing battery power more than anything.
And I mean, that is a key thing. Because if you use this, usually you like it because it's. I mean, this is not a cigarette, obviously, not a cigarette device, but usually you stick with this because you think, well, that's quite big in comparison, and obviously this is very heavy compared to the Vamo as well. You kind of think, whoa, it's a bit longer, but it's a lot heavier. Bavari, it's around the same kind of size as spinner, but this feels like someone's pulling on your arm because it is blooming heavy. It's nice heavy, but it's heavy. No, battery should be more important than the very, very fractional better vape you get off this, and it's not going to be. It's not. So for me, guys, I can't recommend this. It's definitely a no-go, in my opinion. We will link Totally Wicked for you, just in case you do want to check it out and read up yourself.
Some of their other stuff is really good.
Yeah, I mean, Totally Wicked aren't a bad company. Totally Wicked's DDA, e-cig Wizard do it called the Octopus RBA or something like that.
Octopus RBA.
But the DDA is cheaper. Coming from Totally Wicked, you should assume it's good quality and everything has been up until now. So it's bad quality, it just doesn't perform like it should. But the DDA is wicked. I understand that. With the DDA, you get 2 80 heads, don't you? Buy 2 DDAs. They're smaller. They taste much, much better. The vapor's much, much better.
You have got a drip though, and you have eventually got to start recoiling.
But the recoiling's easy on it. I mean, to be honest with you,
if you're a starting vapor,
as a starting vapor, the DDA is the best dripper to start on. You buy the 3 coils for £3. You can get basically £1 a coil, whereas these work out nearly £3 a wick.
Oh yeah, I forgot you can buy the recoils.
Yeah, you can buy them for Totally Wicked. So that makes it easy as a
and what I say, the standard coil one there, those are really good. They're not as great as getting.
Not as good as wrapping your own, but they're definitely better than miles better than what's in here. Miles.
Well, they're still probably better than this. The standard coils.
Yes, they are. Yeah, they're still dripper. It's going to be better than that. So they're still better than that, and it costs you £8. I think it's £8.99, but Yo-Yo's a discount code. You'll get them cheaper than that, but fractionally more than that. And you'll get an extra 80 head, you get 2 devices, or you could just buy 1 DDA, a load of heads. And that is where I would put my money if you want to buy from Totally Wicked. If you're looking at this,
check out the DDA.
Check out the DDA. I know it's dripping. I know for a novice vapor who has no idea, whatever. But if you're someone who's using a Nova or a V3, seriously consider the DDA. If you're watching this video, jump onto our Totally Wicked DDA video and have a look.
3 of them. We have
4 of them now, actually.
Do we have 4? 4. Well, we got one where it's obviously just showing you
unboxing and using it.
Second one is Mr. Proton using a already pre-coiled wick. The third is
follow up. We've got a follow up on it as well. What it's like to do with it.
And then the fourth one is me re-wicking one.
Entirely, yes,
it is me fully re-wicking from scratch.
I think it's a dual coil you do.
As is your coil. Well, you can just do it with one.
We can do it with just one. Just wrap around coil and do it with one. If again new buyer, using something like a V3 C5 Vision, something like that. If you're semi experienced or just sort of you've been into vaping a little while, carter tanks and stuff like that, then check out the DDA. Dripping is nowhere near as much of an inconvenience as you think it's going to be, and the positives, unlike this, well outweigh the negatives. Before we go, I just want to say thank you to Dan again, our subscriber, for sending this down. Thank you for the juice as well. We've been using this in both of these. Vanilla custard and also strawberry menthol, vanilla custard, Dan. We are loving it over here. Vanilla custard's lovely. That's right. Yeah, that's yeah, banging. Thank you very much, Dan. I mean, again, massive amount of appreciation for Dan, and obviously all of our subscribers. We've been picking up this box he's going to be getting. We will be sending that next week. Yeah, so hopefully, goodie bag. We actually Skyped Dan about 2 hours ago, and we had a 20-minute, half-hour chat with him. We did tell him some of the stuff that he's going to be getting in his goodie bag, and he did some incredible. You're going to be held up. Hopefully, he will do a video as a response, because you can do video responses. So hopefully, we'll throw that on one of the videos.
and then you lot can see that as well.
Either that, or maybe we'll do a 5-minute video showing what we're going to send.
Yeah.
No, Dan, I'll tell you what, Dan's probably not going to want to do a video. Dan, why don't you just comment and let us know what you think of what we've got here. If you want to put what we sent you, then you're more than welcome. Otherwise, it shall be a mystery, and we can do maybe a little gift box for someone else one day.
Yeah, we will probably do.
Well, I think we definitely will do, to be honest with you.
I mean, so now we're starting to get a few stuff through from these other sites that we've obviously been reviewing. I don't think we're going to be able to use all of it all the time, so I think there'll be like the ones we're not using that are probably hardly been used.
To be honest, I think the thing that I'm probably going to give away next will be the Arga. Someone who's a bit more experienced.
You fancy giving away your Arga, do you?
Maybe.
There we go. It's probably going to be his Arga.
To give someone else a chance to have a go at a rebuild. When TBA, we don't know. Could be tomorrow, could be months. We don't know. Maybe we'll see. But I think we are going on this. Our overall impression, slightly disappointed to be honest. Check the DDA out, guys. I know this video's gone on a bit of a slump at the end because we're depressed at the Nova. But it is what it is. Hopefully you've enjoyed watching, guys. And a big thank you to everyone who does spend, well, the last 45 minutes and 33 seconds of their life watching us rabbit on like a pair of old ladies. Head Dog, Mime Rover, Dan, Robbie, Adam, I remembered your ass. Steve, Angel, I can't remember anyone else. Mind blank.
I think that's most of the ones.
I think that's the ones that we've been talking to regularly anyway. But guys, feel free to drop us messages, comment and like, obviously, please. It does help us out.
The more comments, the more we'll remember your name and you'll get a little mention at the end of one of our videos.
If you want to add us on Skype as well, you can do. I am Mr. Proton19, same as I'm on here, but it's all lowercase, MrProton19.
I am Kamikaze_worm, and that is KAMAKAZEE_worm.
Feel free to add us on there, and we'll quite happily have a video link or a conversation or just a bit of text up, whatever you want to do. But this is the end of this video, guys. I have been Mr. Proton. This has been the Wiggly Worm.
The Wiggly Worm.
We'll catch you soon, guys.
See you later, guys.
Thank you, guys.